Hello everyone, welcome back to Shady Movie Reviews, and today we're talking about Lion King. So, a live-action Lion King and a shot-for-shot copy of the original, a masterpiece or a failed attempt at a remake? Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's just dive right into the plot of this film. So, in this movie we follow Mufasa, the king of the Pride Land, and Mufasa has a son named Simba who is the heir to the kingdom. And the only person who's not excited about this is Mufasa's jealous brother Scar, who wants the throne all to himself so he can rule over all the other animals in the kingdom. So Scar ends up actually devising a plan to steal away the throne from Mufasa by tricking the young cub Simba to go to the gorge to find his roar. Scar makes a pact with the hyenas to kill and overthrow Mufasa, and now with his dad dead, Scar manipulates young Simba to run away and never come back. Years go by and the Pride Land has been close to destroyed, and now a more mature Simba has to make the decision to either stay exiled or go back home to face his trauma and defeat Scar to save the Pride Land. Alright, so on to my positives and what I liked about the film. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is just the visuals in this movie were just amazing. Like, the CGI was just really, really beautiful to look at, and the cinematography of seeing this beautiful section of Africa and the Pride Land, and all the CGI and the animals were just really well done. It was so surreal and realistic to look at, and this movie was just absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I felt like the CGI and the cinematography were definitely my favorite part in this movie. And then another thing I want to talk about, guys, is even though I knew exactly what was going to happen in this movie, it was still very emotionally effective. I wasn't sure if I was going to feel that because I knew exactly what was going to happen in the movie. So I was like, how can this movie build tension if I know what's going to happen? How can it make me feel emotion if I know what's going to happen? This movie was very, very emotional, and it was very character driven, and it was really good. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, guys, just the pacing of this film was just really good. Like, I don't know what it is, but you know, this movie is like 2 hours, and it never felt slow or too over the top. It was a copy of the original, like that's what it was. But like, even though once again you know what was gonna happen, it didn't ruin it for you. You were sitting there, you were on this ride, and you were enjoying it the whole time. Alright, so on to my negatives and what I disliked about the film. Honestly, one of the biggest negatives of this film is the fact that walking into the theater, you know exactly everything that's gonna happen before the screen turns on. And although, like I said before, it didn't really ruin the film was still really good. It does kind of take away something from the movie-going experience when you know the entire plot from beginning to end. That's all I'm saying. It kind of takes something away from you. Kind of just this feeling of not knowing, like, what's going to happen, how are they going to handle it, what's the plot, what's this character going to do, where's this character going to end up. When you walk into the theater, you know exactly where all the characters are going to end up, you know exactly where they're going, you know exactly how the plot's going to go from point A to point B. You know every heartbeat of the film. Like, all these things are taken away from you from knowing the entire plot. Alright, on to my judgment and movie score. Alright, time to bust out the shady meter. Alright, so for the plot of this film, guys, I'm going to have to give this movie a 7.3 out of 10. And before you guys come at me with some pitchforks, like I said before, this movie was amazing. The plot was really, really good the first time I watched it as a kid. I mean, it has a lot of good elements in this story, and this plot is a really good, you know, coming of age and realizing trauma and dealing with your problems. It has a lot of good themes within The Lion King. It's just something we've all seen before. And then for the script, guys, I'm going to have to give this a 7.7 out of 10. Because the script was amazing, you know, it was funny. I really enjoyed, like, you know, the laughs and the music, and just, I really enjoyed the dialogue between the characters. But the script was really good, though. It was funny. It was good. Instead of giving an acting score, I'm going to go ahead and give it a visual score. So for the visuals, guys, I'm going to give this movie a solid 9.3 out of 10. Because the visuals in this movie were absolutely astonishing. Everything about this movie visually was stunning. And then for the structure and pacing, guys, I'm going to have to give it a solid 8.2 out of 10. And the reason is just because, like I said before, this movie was really well paced. I enjoyed it. I wasn't bored. Even though I knew the plot, I was still going along with the story. I was invested. I wanted to know, even though I already knew. And I just had so much fun with it. Reliving this experience with these characters that I grew up with was just an amazing experience, and I really enjoyed reliving that experience. And then for the overall score, guys, I'm going to have to give Lion King live action remake 2019 a solid 7.9 out of 10. So if you guys are going to go see Lion King in theaters, don't worry. No shade in sight. So Lion King, have you guys seen it? Have you guys not? Jump down in the comments section. Let's start a conversation. Remember to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.